Today I have a very special guest, my good buddy Travis, going to be on the show today. What's up, Travis? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing good. Happy to have some socialization in my life right now.
It's nice to see another human face, isn't it? Travis, now, I'm excited to have you on the show. You're a fun guy, like any old mushroom. The show, it just flies by the seat of the pants, man. We just go.
You don't have to wear pants these days. Remind me not to stand up.
That's why I have wheels on all my chairs. So today, I wanted to talk to you specifically about tabletop gaming, because that is so much fun. That's what we did as kids. The first time, though, I played D&D, I was very confused because there was like pencils and paper involved, and I was like, wait, are we taking a test?
Last time I played D&D, they busted out the Scantrons. It was like,
a Scantron? I do remember Scantrons and the number 2 pencil.
How grateful are you that you don't ever have to fill out another Scantron again in your life?
That's...
You'll never, ever have to touch one of those shitty little green pieces of paper again.
I've never looked at life that way, Travis.
Right, me neither.
I thought I was having a fever dream that Marlon Wayans was in a version of Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that was not real. And then I Googled it this morning, and indeed he was.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Yes.
Well, my whole world just turned upside down.
First it's Scantrons, now it's Marlon Wayans in Dungeons and Dragons. Is there a movie that has turned into a board game that's like super excellent that everybody loves?
There's lots, obviously, Star Wars stuff that people love. Lord of the Rings has some awesome games. There's a really epic older game called War of the Ring that's like a awesome 2-player epic board game. It takes like 6 hours to play. You pretty much retell the entire tale of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, starting from like the gathering of the Fellowship all the way to, hopefully, if you succeed in your quest, destroying the ring at Mordor. One person plays as like the dark forces of Sauron, and the other person plays as the Fellowship and friends.
Who gets to play Sean Bean and die every time?
Me, that's my role.
Jumanji. I didn't even include that on the thumbnail. I still haven't seen the new ones. I really want to. I hear they're really good, actually, with the Rock.
I don't know. I haven't seen them,
right.
But I also really love the original. So like that's a tall order to try and like one-up it. I haven't played the game that exists. I'm guessing, from my fairly extensive board game knowledge, that it's probably more of a family-oriented, kind of casual like game that you pick up at Target for like a night with the kids. If somebody really wanted to get that property and make like a sick ass like adult like strategy game around it, it could probably be pretty cool for people who love the movie.
I can't wait till they come out with Jenga.
Who's gonna star in that one?
The Rock. The Rock just he shows up all the time. He's just gonna be like pushing a block out of the way. Angie says, does Goosebumps count? I had the board game and the books. It was a TV show and a movie, kinda. That's true.
No, Goosebumps are awesome. And the movie is pretty good, I think. If you come at it from like the perspective of like a kid's horror movie. Dude, Jack Black never fails.
Yeah. He doesn't. He's got an excellent channel too. If you Jablinski Gaming.
Jablinski Games. Yeah.
Jake A says Battleship was a board game before it was a movie. Yes, indeed. I actually like that movie a lot. K-Ferg is, I think, incredulously asking if I indeed liked the movie Battleship. Yes, K-Ferg, I had a good time watching that movie because I was like, you sank my battleship. I enjoyed that they made a plot device that actually worked for creating coordinates to drop bombs and to fight the alien enemies. And I thought it was a stretch to turn a board game like that into a movie, but they did it. And I was like, I'm not mad at that. So much for board game movies, but consider how many movies and stories are literally based on chess. Yeah, chess is an interesting, that's like one of the oldest games, chess and Go, the Chinese game, Go. They're foundational, they're easy to learn pretty quickly, but so difficult and so strategic to master.
Easy to learn, difficult to master. That's really what you're looking for in game design at any level. You know, you don't want to be so obtuse that your audience can't enter the game and can't figure out how to navigate it. It needs to be complex enough that you can play a game for years and still be discovering. You know, you could play chess for a lifetime and still be discovering new strategies or new things. And a lot of games you're playing these days are really just chess 3.0. Like a miniatures war game is in a lot of ways just chess, with the caveat that you get to pick your pieces. Thinking about all that is so cool to me.
There's like, so many possibilities. It's kind of insane.
Gaming is in and of itself creative. Playing a game is creative. The way you play, the way you choose to make your moves is a version of creative problem solving, creative thinking, creative expression even, you know? Different people will play things in different ways based on their personality. It's really, really an interesting world.
The game Clue, it was a board game, and then it was an awesome movie, which was hilarious. I don't know if you've ever... Yeah, have you seen it?
One of my favorite actors. Yeah.
I'm
a big Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. Like Tim Curry has a special place in my heart. He plays Frankenfurter.
Just think about that role that he decided to take on and own and destroy and make iconic
that role.
in the 70s.
I'm a mostly heterosexual man, but he is just like so sexy in that movie. And like, I don't know, man. Tim Curry he was legend.
That guy is a gift. Even in Home Alone 2, you can read every emotion on his face and he barely has to move. And that is one of the most amazing things about him. Clue is one of my favorite movies, and I remember as a kid watching that, and there are 3 different endings to that movie, which apparently when the movie was released in theaters, it depended on which showing you went to.
That's so cool.
On which ending you saw. So when they show it on TV, they show all 3 endings consecutively. But if you saw it at a different theater than your friend, you saw different endings.
That's awesome.
Travis, there's some questions for you here. Is Travis playing Ghosts of Tsushima?
I play a lot more tabletop games than video games. So right now I'm building a lot of like Warhammer 40K models. I'm playing like a Marvel miniatures game. I play a lot of Magic the Gathering. I play this really cool game that I think you would actually like called Kingdom Death Monster. That's like this really dark, narrative-driven campaign game where you basically like create a settlement and lead these survivors through basically hell. I'm really right now interested in games that are just different than your average kind of experience, that are really trying to bend the boundaries of like what we think you can accomplish on a table. I'm not the biggest D&D fan, but I totally understand the
They're asking
appeal.
about D&D also.
Yeah.
Are you playing? Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to GM at some point soon, be the game master, like run my own game. I think I'll enjoy that more because that will be more of the storyteller role, and like I'll be able to kind of have some fun narratively, I think, in that role. As a player, it's not my favorite game to play as like a party member. It's like going to like a costume party. That's what's fun about it. When I can go to my friend's house and we can all just like play these weird, silly characters and I can make them laugh and character and we can have some fun. That I love about D&D. That's cool. I don't see D&D as much as a game that like I'm really drawn to, like from a game perspective. I think it's a super fun social event though.
Like LARPing. It's a bit of a LARP.
Yeah. And the gaming like industry I think still has so much room to grow. Because right now when we talk about like board games, if you talk to 10 different people, they're gonna have 10 different ideas of what you mean by a board game. Like some people will think Monopoly, Risk, some people will think chess and poker, whatever. And then I or people who are more invested might think of totally different games that other people have never heard of, right?
There are strategy games I really liked, like Risk. It looks kind of boring because there's just these little pieces on a map of the world. It looks like we're playing geography, but it was actually pretty fun to do world domination. And they are turning Risk into a movie.
What I've heard that genre referred to mostly in what I call they're called dudes on a map games. So I have one that's really awesome called Cthulhu Wars. Basically, take Risk and then remove all the human armies, and instead each player plays as like one of H.P. Lovecraft's elder gods, and your job is to actually destroy the Earth. You're trying to be the first elder god to destroy the Earth. It's very asymmetrical. The guy who designs them his name is Sandy Peterson. He used to work in the video game industry, but he's always been mostly professionally invested in like balancing factions in games. So he now designs games where each faction plays totally different, and yet they're balanced. War of the Ring is also like a dude on the map game, basically, that I was talking about earlier. So it's basically Risk, but Lord of the Rings.
You guys in the chat room, you guys are making us blush. You guys are being very kind and sweet with your compliments.
They are?
They said that we're both handsome, and that makes me blush. I'm going to hide behind my baby Yoda. Thank you very much. This is what I look like without a beard. I think that we've all found each other here, which is a cool spot to land for all of us.
Do you have a name for your fans yet? Throttlers?
Throttlers, yeah. You don't like Throttlers?
So good. No.
I like Throttlers because it's got like a triple meaning.
When you say it, it sounds better than when I say it. When I say it, it sounds gross for whatever reason. Throttlers.
It can sound gross depending on how it's said.
You gotta get a little community growing, though. It's awesome.
I am very happy and proud to be a part of this community. It's really awesome. Everybody is involved in, and they're super. Yes, and now we are all one. We shall join the collective. If you guys want to follow Travis, he's on Travis Thompson Film on Instagram. Guess
one day maybe I'll have more things for you guys to follow.
No worries.
We gotta take our time, in the pandemic. Things move slow.
Things move slow. Do just one thing a day if you can.
That is what I'm doing.
We're used to living in a world pre-pandemic where we're like, let's go to work and then let's build a deck and then let's cook dinner. It's like there's so many things in the day that we were
too fast-paced before all this.
A lot of times we do a lot of things and we're not productive. The thing we need to really kind of zero in on is how to feel okay with getting one thing done instead of doing a little bit of a lot of things.
I mean, to tie in gaming one final time, there's a concept of like decision fatigue. We definitely had decision fatigue before this, right? Like there was so many things I could be doing at any given time between work, social life, personal life, romantic life. Like there was just so many balls to juggle. It was overwhelming often to figure out like what am I supposed to prioritize at any given moment in my day. And that still is a problem to some degree in quarantine, but it's alleviated to the extent that like I can actually sit back and be like, what do I want to prioritize today? Let me take 5-10 minutes and think about it.
Wise words from Travis Thompson. And I think we should spend lots more time painting our blue pants silver and playing tabletop dude games.
I'm going to get you into it one day, You can do a whole live stream.
I would love to do it because I would like to be the guy learning how to do a thing.
You love these franchises, dude. Star Wars, Marvel, like I could get you hooked on some of this shit, I'm sure, just because the character, that's the beauty of these franchises, right? It's the worlds and the characters. It doesn't matter how we interact with them. We just want to interact with them, right?
And it's the story, and it's building the story. And like, every little thing you do each day is building the story of your life. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been awesome. Thank you, Travis, so much for joining me on the show. I appreciate you. Follow Travis. I'm Aristotle. Full throttle. Your bro in the know at the fro. And I'll see you.
I'm Travis.
And you will see Travis.
Am I supposed to sign off?
Give us your best sign off, but like WWF style.
When I see you in the ring and I put you on the mat, you will know my name is Travis. That's what you get. Love you. Bye.